Hey guys, it's Mary from Jeeping and Teal and you're listening to Trailhead Podcast. Salut tout le monde, c'est Marie-France de Jeeping and Teal et vous écoutez The Trailhead Podcast.
Hey Trailheads, welcome back to the Trailhead. In this episode, JD, Alyssa, and Ryan have a special guest, Marie, also known as Jeeping in Teal. Listen in on their conversation with Marie about her off-roading experiences, starting with her first vehicle and the journey that led her to become a notable figure in the off-roading community with 3 Teal Jeeps. Marie shares the challenges of off-roading with kids, how social media has influenced the Jeep community, the authenticity of content creation, the impact of product promotion, and the importance of women in the sport. This episode is packed with valuable advice, personal anecdotes, and a deep dive into the off-roading lifestyle from one of the community's standout voices. So buckle up and let's hit the trail with Marie.
Hello, Trailheads, and welcome to the Trailhead. Before the trails start today, we need to have a short safety meeting. Off-roading is an exhilarating but inherently risky sport. The insights and opinions that are shared by our host and any experts or guests on the podcast are intended to inform and inspire, not replace professional guidance. The Trailhead guests, partners, and any sponsors are not liable for any actions that you take based on what you hear. It is your responsibility to seek professional advice and make informed decisions, especially when attempting potentially dangerous activities. Always check current trail conditions and comply with local laws and regulations. Off-roading requires careful preparation and respect for safety, so ensure that you're well prepared before hitting the trails. And now that that's out of the way, buckle up and let the stories begin.
Welcome to the Trailhead, where trails start and stories unfold. Welcome to the show, everyone. Now here's JD.
Welcome to the Trailhead. My name is JD, and today we have got, on our hosting panel, we've got Ryan, who's still recovering from a camping trip in South Carolina.
Hey. My shoulder's finally getting back into socket from a military cot for 3 nights.
Oh, you can't do that to yourself either, man. No. You owe yourself. Love yourself a little bit. At least upgrade your cot.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, it was supposed to be the 10-year-old, and she wanted the air mattress. So.
Okay. Yeah. I realize I'm not a parent, but I don't think that the kid would win on that one. I hate to tell you. I think my broken self would trump it.
Yeah, you got to pick your battles, though. Pick your battles.
All right, I'll do that.
Mom, just deal with it.
See, there would be a hole in that air mattress the next day.
Yeah, there is that. All right. And that was Alyssa. Alyssa, how you doing?
Hi, good.
All rested up after the weekend? No?
Yeah, we did 2 trails. So
nice.
It was good.
Yep. End up in Moab again?
No.
No?
Okay. No, this time.
I mean, it's a fair question. I feel like that happens on a regular basis for you. Okay.
It has this year. I think it's the year's theme. Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's just because you just seem to always happen to stumble into Moab. It's just kind of funny to me. Like I have to plan it months in advance if I want to go and even hope to get there on time. All right.
Yeah. No, same. Cool. It's usually planned, but these have all been like last minute, like, hey, meet in Moab. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, whatever works. Yeah, you get to go, right? And at some point, you'll be tired of it, and then you'll be like, I'm not going when they call you. And then that's a good segue, though, because Moab happens to be our guest's favorite place. We have Marie from Jeeping and Teal. How you doing?
I am good. I'm good.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me. So happy.
Hey, I originally had approached you when I was starting to put this show together for female guests because, the reason we got Alyssa and we had Pope and Randy came on, and it's really nice to have the female perspective, and I think we need more of it in the sport because we know you're there. It's just it's not representative on our Instagram followers, and I know you guys are out there.
Yes, definitely. And I think when you approached me, I was planning Moab. At that point, I was like, there's a lot of things going on. When I'm gonna come back, I'll be there.
You were. Well, and here's the awesome part. Now you've done this, you're welcome to join us for any one of our live shows that we do. We usually record, as of this recording, we're recording on Monday nights. And we typically start around this time, so you might be able to join us if you can get rid of the kids for long enough.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
really asleep.
we did go over this. You only have the one, right?
Yeah, he's 4 years old, and he sleep up normally at 7. So for you, 7 will be like 5, 4?
5. Yeah, 5 o'clock. Yeah, we could even start even earlier. Brian, you feel like that? No.
It's not gonna happen.
Older.
Oh, that's awesome.
Upstairs. So.
Oh, because you're probably we're gonna be done recording this. Yeah, no, we're gonna be done recording this, and you're gonna be going upstairs to find out who's still not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
That's pretty much what happens.
All right. Well, so I have to let's see. I think Marie, you're our first. No, you're not our first international guest. I apologize. Our first international guest was from the Philippines. I would like to have more people on from Canada because you guys have some. You guys have a lot of wheeling. That I think you have a lot of wheeling.
We do have a lot of wheeling. We have an amazing place. More like close to British Columbia and Alberta, but we still have like cool place around here. It's different. It's really different.
And where are you at?
I'm located in Quebec. So it's like mostly, of course, a French province. But yeah, we have like the most beautiful view in Canada are like in British Columbia, Alberta, like the beautiful mountains and like big.
The Story Till Now guy. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly. This is the place you want to go. So one day I'm going to go there. But it's like it was easier for us to go in Moab to go in British Columbia, just to give you an idea. So it takes like almost like a week from Quebec to British Columbia. It takes like almost a week to get there. And we don't like 5 to 6 days of driving.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Good Lord. Is that because you have to drive around large pieces of wilderness, or
it's just because
is it just pure distance?
It's just like the distance.
Okay.
We're like the extremities like there and there. So one day we're gonna go there.
It's on my bucket list for sure. We had Dan Greck on there from that area, and he's one of those folks that I envy the fact that he has it in his backyard too. So
I will be like just living in the woods, not owning like I was just living in the woods.
That's fair. What kind of wheeling do you have by you?
We are lucky because we have like off-roading park, so at least that like it's nice for like bigger rigs, I guess. But we still have like little mountain kind of like environment.
A little bit.
It's really small. It's nice, but it's really small. And we have a place called Little Moab. So it's like really small, but there's like a lot of like, it's really similar, but when you've been to Moab, you're like, oh, this is nothing. But still really
yeah. I feel like every area has a little Moab spot, and everybody's just like, yeah, it's really cool when you're first starting out and you've never been on these kind of rocks before. And then you go to Moab and you get on some of these massive rocks and you're just like, yeah, no, that was nothing. That was really...
And something that we like, something that was really, really like new for us is that we thought going to Moab, like, I don't know, like wheeling will be hard or something. And actually like the rocks are like not slippery compared to us. So it was like more easier, like each trail that were like hard were like more easier for us. So that was like kind of really like new, but yeah, because it's just really different.
Yeah, because I'm taking. Are you running a mud tire there? Do you have a more of a muddy? Oh yeah, so that mud tire on a slick rock would be amazing. Yeah,
like you try to get a line and then you're like, nope, this is where I'm going. I'm just gonna. It's always like that. You're like, this is why we like have like dent on the Jeep and everything because you're just trying to go somewhere and it's just like, nope, not happening.
Yep. Yeah, it was something I had a hard time explaining to my wife how slick rock work, and I'm like, we're gonna go up this and we're gonna come back down it, and it'll be fine. You're gonna be like this, but we're gonna go straight up and come straight back down. Nope, she wasn't having it. Bailed out in the third way. She bailed out on the first one on Fins and Things. So I give her credit. She did the first one, but we bailed on the first exit, and we went home that day. We were on our way home.
Well, I did Fin in the Tins on the last day, and that was pretty much the one that I didn't like this trail. And I wasn't supposed to do El Revenge with my Jeep, but then Alisa was like, you need to do it. I did it with my Tacoma, and you need to do it. I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And El's Revenge it's not hard. It's just really impressive. But Tins and Fins, oh, no. Like, I don't know. I just didn't like that. And at the end of like one of like the uphill things, I was like spinning and trying in the Jeep, and I was like, no, I'm just not having it.
And you have the 4-door out there. That can be, it's a little more challenging because it's harder to get a line. Okay, I get it. All right, so that brings me to a good question here. So, how many Jeeps do you have, Marie?
So this one is not mine.
I was gonna ask that second because that was gonna be the follow-up question to this first. Yeah, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I have a 1961. Well, it's not a Jeep; it's a Willys. Willys CG5. We have a 1997 T Wrangler TJ, and we have the 2019 Jeep Wrangler that we like. You guys see pretty much everywhere. The one where I like. Mm-hmm. The other two are project for now. But yeah, so I have 3 different Jeep, which are like all blue, kind of like teal-ish color, which is kind of like. I didn't even plan to get them. Yes, I plan to get like the 2019, of course, but both of the TJ and the Willys was like just life surprise.
Ryan may or may not subscribe to this, but this is a problem, a well-known problem within the Jeep community, and that is when you have to have everything matching. So when you have your Jeep, you end up falling into one color, and you're like, well, no, I have a yellow Jeep. That means I need a yellow jacket, and I need a yellow hat, and I need yellow sunglasses. And after a while, you look a little cartoonish, but that's kind of what happens. In your case, you're just doing it with actual vehicles.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, mine's easy. It's just black.
Yeah.
So,
well, and I think you're cheating. Yeah. Well, I think.
Too bad.
Yeah, like that.
He's like, and that was the point. That's why I did it.
The Jeep look bigger and me look slimmer. So we're
yeah. All right, I'll get that one to you. All right. All right.
So who's that behind you?
That's my friend Kevin TJ. He went to Moab with us. He's currently switching his differential. They need to I'm struggling with this word, but they're just like trying to like do like everything right because it was driving the Jeep on the highway and then it was like doing the fishtail, so the Jeep was like going like this. So they're switching the differential and then they're like working on the caster and everything. So it's a big project. So
a little bit of death wobble.
Yeah, I was supposed to have the runner behind me because we have my boyfriend have a 4Runner that he built for like tough truck race. And his first race is this weekend. So the runner is supposed to be in the garage, but then Kevin happened. So Kevin.
There's always a Kevin. There's always a Kevin that happened. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Have you been in Quebec? And I know I'm mispronouncing it. I have no ability.
Quebec, but the English people are saying Quebec. You're exactly saying the right word.
I feel good then. Thank you very much. Have you lived there your whole life? And you have, okay. So this is what you've been wheeling forever in a day. And how long has that been? What, 17, 18 years now?
It's been, no. So I had my first, because I had like a Jeep Patriot, but I wasn't wheeling with it. So I started wheeling with my first Wrangler when I was 25. And now I'm 34. Okay. So it's almost 9 years. Then I've been wheeling. So yeah, I've just started with like a Wrangler 4-door, Sarah, no modification, mud tires, but like no lift, no nothing. And I was just like doing, because I mean, this is what I'm saying to everybody. A stock Jeep is pretty capable. Like try to go do off-roading with your stock Jeep and then upgrade whatever you want. Because if you just like throw money and then you just don't know how your vehicle work, it just doesn't make sense to me. So I've been wheeling with this Jeep with that Jeep for a long time. And I knew, I was like, I want the quick disconnect and I want lockers. So this is why I got the Rubicon. I was like, I'm really lazy and I want lockers and the quick disconnect. So this is why I got the Rubicon. But yeah, I'm wheeling with this.
I mean, it's not just like lazy. Like it's just there's a practicality to it. I mean, if you do have kids with you at some point, you're going to want some ability to just kind of get going quickly and do that stuff, and it just becomes practical.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Plus, those kinds of things have been in the system long enough where people don't give you crap when you have them. So when they first came out, when you first could get an e-locker from Jeep, man, oh, cheaters! It was.
It was. I built my TJ in 2000, 2001, and I put a 44 in the rear, 456 gears, ARB lockers. I thought I was the cream of the crop. And then 2002 came along, and it's like, oh, well, here's a Rubicon straight from the factory. I'm like,
you're like
kidding me?
You can finance your lockers, and everybody was pissed. I think that was the problem. It was like, I had to save up for mine. Yeah, I think that was the problem. How did you end up with a Jeep?
So I ended up
in the first place.
Yeah, my mom, well, since I was like a really, really young girl, my mom always told me like, one day I'm gonna get a Jeep. One day I'm gonna get a Jeep. And she got her first Wrangler TJ. Was a 20, it was an 04 Jeep Wrangler TJ Black Smoky Mountain edition, like with the black leather seat. And since then, I was hooked. I was like, one day I'm gonna get a Jeep. And since then, she always had Wranglers. So my first Wrangler, which was the Sarah that I was talking earlier, that was hers. So at some point, my Patriot just died on me. And she was like, well, do you want to get this one? I'm just going to buy a new one. I was like, yes, because I mean, we're not going to lie, Jeep are really expensive. Like, you cannot, like 25, like, just no money, go to like the dealership and be like, I want a brand new Jeep. They'll be like, not happening. So
I don't think you can do that at 45 right now. Yeah.
Nice. They are just getting crazy. It's crazy how expensive they are. And it's okay, but just really expensive. So yeah. And since then, I always had Jeep. And of course, now I have 3 of them. But yeah, just one like running for now. The Willys was running until like 2 months ago when they swapped the engine and the axle and everything. It was still running. So that was
it was running, and then you took it apart again, or what broke?
Nothing broke. So we had the CJ. Somebody was donating the CJ on Facebook, and I literally just like saw the ad, and I was like, I want to get it, but I didn't know it was running, and I was like, I want to get it and put it like in the front of the house, and we got to put like flowers on it or something. And my boyfriend was like, are you kidding me right now? And then we just like reading the thing, and the girl was like, and I was like, it's running. And it was like, she's giving like a 1961 CJ and it's running. And I was like, I think it is. So I wrote to the girl and I was like, well, I'm interested. And she was like, well, you're the second person to wrote to us. And they were located in Val d'Or. So it's like 7 hours from my place. And then we were like, okay, fine. But we have a trailer and we can be there like on Monday. And I think that was Saturday because they wanted to be gone, right?
Especially, yeah. Usually, when you're donating it, you want it gone.
So we went. She contacted me on the evening, and she's like, "It's yours." So I was like, "Okay, perfect." So we got it. Like, yeah, that's crazy, and we didn't know it was running. Like, we knew, okay, maybe it's like we need to winch it or something, but no, we went there, and the guy just drove it on the trailer, and we were gone.
I would have been super jealous just getting the body for that. For that, yeah.
I know. The epic thing about that is that the color is peacock blue, so it's like the old version of like the Peaky Pearl blue. So I was like, this is a sign. It was waiting for me.
Those old, yep. Mm-hmm.
That was pretty.
Did you have a question, Ryan?
Yeah, I was gonna say. So, what was your first vehicle that you drove ever?
First vehicle that I drove. Yeah.
Well, what was the first vehicle you had at 16, whatever?
I had oh my God, I don't remember what was the year of this, but that was, I think it was in 1991 Honda Civic.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Was it the
the
hatchback?
perennial.
Yes. The square one. I think it's like the coolest model, but yeah, I got that. So that was the first
Well,
one.
my friend Kalpesh would tell you that was the coolest model, yes.
So that was my
At
first
least in
purchase.
1997.
But then the first one that I bought, like because this one was like from my dad that I was driving around, but the first one that I bought was a '08 Jeep Patriot. Patriot.
There you go.
Patriot. Yeah.
Nice.
Very cool. I think everybody's got a story in their life that includes a Honda Civic. If you don't, you didn't have a childhood. Like it's
Well, I'm 6'6". I can't. I can.
Well,
I mean, I did take my car test in a Hyundai Accent. Yeah,
We'll give you that.
kind of surprised that went through as well as it did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, we're not
I
ashamed.
might have just been. No, I might have just been too intimidating. And they're like, "You need to get out of here." So, Marie, you guys. So when you started off-roading at 25, did you immediately start off-roading after you got the Jeep, or did you kind of go into it?
Pretty much. The thing is, when I started, like in my area, first of all, like all the group, well, I didn't know anybody that was off-roading. I'd had nobody in my friends, nobody in my family. So I contacted like an off-roading club in Ontario. And at that time, I mean, I was speaking English, but I was not like fluently speaking English. But I got there, and back then, when I remember, got it to the meet, and I was the only four-door. Like it was like I think there was like 7 2 doors, like JK, and I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, and I was the only woman. So that was kind of funny. But then they just showed me everything, and they were like really nice and taking me places and showing me how it's working and how like you should like do things without lockers, without disconnecting everything. So this is how I started, and just like slowly. I'm not saying I'm a professional and I'm doing like everything, but I think when you're doing off-roading, you're learning each day new technique, new things.
Sure.
But yeah, that's pretty much how I
Yep.
started.
Oh, much like the disclaimer that plays before every episode, we too are not professionals, nor do we claim to be. In fact, some of us less so than others, and I'll leave that to the imagination.
Okay.
Right.
Never mind. Forget it.
You know, hey. All right. Keep it civil, folks. So if you, other than the upgrade advice, which I think is great advice, and we've talked about that before in this show, that I know I had a situation where I had a Jeep that somebody convinced me to do a lot of a bigger build than I needed, and eventually I had to get rid of the Jeep because it was just going to be more expensive to make it into what I needed it to than to have just done it the way I wanted to in the first place. And so I think it's really awesome that that's a first message to a lot of people, because it's important. Like, just don't spend the money till you find out what you want to do. If you want to pay a rock crawl, you want to be a rock crawler. If you want to do mud, do mud. But make sure your build is for your build. But outside of that, what's some kind of first time advice that you'd give to somebody who's just getting into off-roading, now knowing what you know with your 9 years of experience?
Find people that, how can I say that? First of all, never go alone. That's the first thing, because you're gonna get scared. You're gonna do a mistake. You're gonna broke your rig. I have so many of my friends that thought like they had amazing rigs and they went along and something happened. But what I want to say to like an advice is to find somebody, friends, a group of people that you can trust, and that they're gonna respect you. They're not gonna push you. They're not gonna, because that's the thing, right? Like sometimes you're gonna go with some group or something, and they're gonna have like bigger rigs, bigger machine, and then you'll feel like the pressure of doing something, and you shouldn't, because this is exactly how you're gonna break something, or you're gonna do like a bad move or something. And I mean, we all know that like a little decision can like turn in like getting stuck for 5 hours. So
yeah, everybody's your fan until you have to order a part.
They what?
Yeah. Everybody's your fan until you have to order a part because you broke it on the trail.
Yeah.
Nobody's
Oh.
around when you have to replace a drive line or U-joint or pull an axle, or you're like, oh, yeah, no. Yeah, you got to listen to that
Yep.
one.
That's, I mean, and we talk about it all the time. Like I am a solo wheeler. I do. I'm so glad I keep this right next to my desk. I use a satellite messenger to make sure that I keep some level of safety, but I'm also not rock crawling. I mean, we're not talking Moab level trails usually that I'm doing by myself.
We'll find you some friends,
Backcountry
Jake.
roads. I'm working on it. Apparently, I don't know. We'll see.
It's a Facebook
We'll see what
group I'll
happens.
shoot to you, something.
At this point, it's any Jeep group I should just join and just show up to events on the weekends in the unicorn costume, and we'll be good to go.
Yeah, but just
Well, thank you very much. I
the
appreciate.
unicorn on.
You know what? Don't threaten me with a good time. I'll do stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. All right. I'm sorry. Back to our guest. So, are you with the wheeling that you have there? And you've got a lot of responsibilities. You got a mom. You got everything else going on up there. Do you manage to get out wheeling on a regular basis locally?
Yes, we are really lucky because we have like a little trail really close to, like, we can almost see like in the backyards. Yeah, that's the way to
Okay. Yep.
we could easily go, and even it's more like if you want to go camp or something, like more overlanding, we have like amazing place really close, so it's easier with the kids, because that's the thing, when you have kids you'll need to camp, because I mean they don't want to get stuck in the vehicle for like 5 hours not moving, which I mean I have to say my son is really good, but he's been wheeling with us since he's like 6 months, so he knows that even if it's like longer, you'll have the time to like just like run around or just play with bugs or something. But yeah, it's wheeling with kids. It's something. It's
Yeah.
different.
Ryan,
So it's
thoughts?
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I just
One.
yeah. I kind of sometimes pick and choose who's going, depending on where we're going. I'll be like, no, you're not going. I'm not dealing with you running around a bunch of Jeeps and trying to get hit. Is a lot of your trails north of you, I take it, and is it out to the east, or
It really depends. Honestly, because where we are like pretty much in the middle. Like we have like the Quebec side, and then we have the Ontario. And because of where we are, it's easier for us to go in the Ontario side. So we have like
Okay.
Kalaboogie, like the really popular trail. And since like 2 or 3 years ago, we started going more on the Quebec side, exploring. But it's like 2 or 3 hours from our place to get there.
I got
So
you.
you're like,
Okay.
okay, I need to like drive 3 hours, then do all my day, and then come back. So we prefer to go in Ontario just because it's closer. But yeah, it's just like there's a lot of things around to go overlanding. But when you want like a little bit of challenge or like something, you need to go like at the like Ontario or Quebec. Around here, it's pretty flat. So
Man, Marie, you need to do scout routes for Trails Off Road if you got some free time, because we just don't have they don't have a whole lot of trails up there for you yet.
no, I know. They started like they have more in British Columbia and Alberta. They're starting in the Ontario side though. I know
Well, I know. If you are interested in doing that, I know a guy I can hook you up and get you set up with that. But yeah, it's been a big push to get out east. So, and it's part of the reason why I got Ryan, because we were asking for East Coasters, and then Ryan showed up on the radar. So apparently, you guys have wheeling out there of some kind. It's just very buggy, is what I
Yeah.
understand.
It's very
And if
find the skinny pedal.
and for anyone who's watching, Marie is not angry with us, as far as I can tell. She's just swinging at the mosquitoes that she's got going on there.
Mosquitoes.
So are you into summer there yet, or is it just the start of your mosquito season?
No, we have like mosquito all summer long, and normally we don't have mosquito in the garage. But then they were working on the Jeep, and like both doors were open, and they didn't think about me, so now I'm like fighting them. But well, my dog is sleeping there, so they're like attracted to her. But yeah, I'm like not trying to move too fast. She's like,
That's just stay low on the radar. That's fair enough. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how you guys put up with it. I moved to Colorado right around 9 years ago, right around the same time you got your Jeep. And I left the mosquitoes behind in Illinois, and I couldn't be happier. It's so much peaceful. It's so much more peaceful. I had one pop up on me the other day because I was in an area that's very wet in
This-
Colorado, and I was just like, "What is this?
You're like,
Oh yeah, this thing. I gotta hit it. That's right. Yeah, that's the mosquito."
good. That's my dream. Oh, and
You
that
guys-
time of the year, it's just like ridiculous. I don't know if you like. I was filming the other day. We went to do like a little trail in a really wet spot area, and you just couldn't stand outside. They're like like just cloud of mosquito. Just like, oh my gosh, just no.
Well, next time if you want to go into a forest and not getting eaten alive by mosquitoes, instead of going all the way to Moab, just stop in Colorado.
Yeah,
And you can. There's a whole bunch of places right along 70 you can go.
I know.
Of course, then you worry about ticks and
Yeah,
everything else. Yeah. So
Hey, ticks, bears. I mean, yeah. Tomato. It's. I get it. There's some pitfalls. There's some problems with that.
there's no mosquito.
yeah,
But there's no mosquitoes. Look, I can run from a bear.
yeah. That's like there's no mosquitoes, but there's like bears. Just
Mountain lions. I mean, yeah. I mean, if we're being fair, there are. Okay, fine. There is some pitfalls. I get it. Yep. I stand corrected. Okay. So when you did, so we were, I think we were talking before we started or before we got on the air. We were kind of talking about your Moab trip that happened last year, right around the same time we were starting the show.
Yeah.
Explain for our audience. You want to get to, excuse me. If you want to get to British Columbia, you're talking a week's travel time.
Yeah.
But if you want to go to Moab, you're talking 3 days, 4 days,
40 hours drive. So
40 hours driving.
yeah, it took us
Okay.
3 days, but we were like always driving and just stopping to sleep. So we had like
Okay.
two rigs that were like pulling. My Jeep was on a trailer and I was driving a Tundra, and we had a Totter home that had this Jeep on the top, another TJ on 1 ton, and the Forerunner. So it was a pretty
Nice.
massive
I
thing.
mean, it's not a small haul. Yeah.
No, exactly. And they wanted me to drive it, and I was like, no, just not happening.
I gotta
So
learn
when-
it. Uh-huh.
When you drop into the U.S., do you kind of go across to Toronto and so forth, or do you
Yeah,
just
so-
come over from Maine and go down that way?
We went to Toronto and we crossed at close to Michigan.
Okay.
Which I
Okay.
don't remember but I remember that after crossing we were in Michigan. So I don't remember like the exact place that we were. And that was the other thing, like crossing with like my Jeep on a trailer with
On.
the truck of my friend, and then the Totter home with all the machine. We're like, forget that. They're gonna search us like something, and they were just like, okay, go ahead. We were like, oh, okay, fine.
Wow.
that was kind of, we had more problem coming back from like the US than going in the US.
Really? What did they think you were bringing back from the U.S.?
I don't know. So my friend,
Moab
there's always
dirt?
something, right? It's always complicated. So when we were there, my friend, with his TJ, not this one, the other one, he had a 40 Pitbull Crocker. Is the name of the big tires from Pitbull,
Mm.
but they're not making them anymore. So he couldn't buy
Okay.
a new one, but he found some in the US. So we drove there, we bought some, and then we brought it back, but that was a problem because we
Sure.
didn't have like any invoice or something, so that was a problem. That was our fault, but yeah. Nothing major. Like,
It's not like it's not like they were tiny little things you could have just left at the border. Mm-hmm.
yeah, maybe.
You only make those kinds of mistakes once. The next time you either say no to the tires or you get the right paperwork, right?
Yeah, but the guy was like, it was just like we were like tired and like just we want to go home, and then the guy was like, well, you need to pay, and then my friend was like, I don't get like just I'm gonna pay, like I don't mind, I'm gonna pay. So that was
Yeah.
it.
Wow. Yeah, that's I think I would more crap myself just for being stopped at the border about anything other than a wave you on through. That's my anxiety. Like I'm already bubbling at a low anxiety level anyway, so that's just enough to throw me over the edge.
I understand that.
Good Lord. All right. I look, I'm getting a little sweaty talking about it. So when you go out wheeling out by you, it's mostly mud and stuff. So you guys are big on like what, recovery straps and winches. What's kind of your first go-to recovery bag thing that you tell people to bring with them?
Well, the first thing, of course, you can do miracle with a winch. Honestly, you could, like, if somebody want to go wheeling alone, I'm like, do you at least have a winch? Because if you know how to use a winch, you can do anything. Like we've done pretty like miracle with winch, but we have kinetic rope that does help a lot. And I'm always like laughing about that because recovery board that was like my boyfriend thing, like a Toyota guy. So I have a recovery board on top of my Jeep, but it's like on the top of the tent. So I'm like, there's no way I can get them. Like, so yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying. I'm like a winch, a good like kinetic rope, a 3-auger, so you like put it around the tree so you don't like break the tree or something.
Yeah.
And shackles, soft shackle.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
And keep in mind, she's talking all kinds of rigging gear. We're talking forest wheeling. You know, if you're wheeling in the desert, none of this stuff's going to help you. Unless you get like a pole pal or that thing that you got to bury in the desert that looks like a whole lot of effort that I don't. You got to dig like a 4-foot hole.
Or a leftover axle and a sledgehammer. That's what you do out there.
Like if I got to dig a 4-foot hole for an anchor line, I'm just putting myself in it and burying myself. That's it's just. Oh yeah, it'll be a real nice grave. Just put a nice headstone for me. This is where JD went to die.
Yeah, there's a great thing
awesome
East Coast and northern, like British Columbia, Seattle, Washington, Oregon. Wheeling is you always have anchor points no matter where you go.
Yeah.
So as long as you can find a decent sized tree and that's the joy. In Colorado, Moab, you can be struggling sometimes.
Yeah, Colorado's okay as long as you're under the tree line. If you're above the tree line, don't do stupid stuff. I saw a video this weekend that where I'm going to show you on next Mondays, and it is absolutely terrifying because just somebody trying to winch on a snowy road with no trees, and it did not go well.
I can't tell you how many times I've pulled somebody out of Schofield Pass over there, and all that is rock. And good luck.
Every year. All right. Well, let's talk social media. So let's ask a controversial question. What do you think's wrong with social media and jeeping right now?
What is wrong?
Yeah, and that's I know, no, it's not really that. I'm not really going that hard with it. It's really more of a question. Like we were talking about this recently, like some of the influences that have people, and you kind of touched on it earlier, like surrounding yourself with good people, right? Like if you put yourself in situations where everybody's constantly pushing each other past their comfortable limits, you're going to eventually something's going to break. Somebody's going to get hurt. Right. And I think it's that same kind of a thing. Is social media kind of pushing those things and making those things more?
The thing with social media and the thing that I'm always saying is you need to stay authentic to yourself and true to yourself and be truthful to your followers. So the thing that I'm struggling a bit because everybody on social media have a different experience, a story, or like how they gain followers or they don't have followers, or I mean, it's not because I have like an higher amount of followers that my content is better than somebody that doesn't have followers. It doesn't work this way, right? But the thing is, in the past easily year, I think like companies and businesses are just like using influencer to promote things which can be useful or cannot be useful. The thing is, I mean, if you're gonna promote something, please, did you use it? Do you know how to use it? Are you gonna use it? That's pretty
Yep.
much the thing that sometimes I'll be like seeing somebody like promoting recovery gear, and then they'll be like, I'm gonna try to use like an example, like just pulling the Jeep, but it's really fake or something. And I'm like, guys,
Yeah.
I'm going getting stuck and I'm doing recovery for people. Then I'll get some content, but it's not fake. So that's the thing that I'm always saying. Like for me personally on my page, I don't do fake. So that's pretty much
Yeah.
like the negative side for me, especially. And then I'm like, for the company, I'm like, why would you like want somebody to use your product not the right way? And then
Right.
maybe somebody that doesn't know how it work will use it because they saw it on Instagram and then this reel went viral. So it's like so many people saw it. So that's pretty much the downside of it.
Yeah, and I don't care so much like about, like a set of headlights or anything else like that, but like a winch or a recovery rope or something like that really needs to be important. And we've talked about that recently, where it's really important that your following base understands that you're not the kind of person that's just doing everything for whatever anybody sends to you. And I think you can balance it both. I think it's about being honest with yourself first, and then honest with the people that are following you.
And it's a lot of time, like content creation and getting product and doing everything. It's a lot of time. So sometimes I'll be like seeing people promoting like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I'm like, how are you doing this? Like you don't have kids or something. There's no way I could do this. Oh yes, it could be easy for me to just park my Jeep in the parking lot. And I mean, I don't mind if you want to do like mall crawling with your Jeep. That's your thing. It's not my thing. But for me to get content, I want it to be like truthful. So
yeah,
sometimes I just don't understand how people get that much of time getting content creation. I'm like, I think I'm doing something wrong because I don't understand.
I had the comment the other day about kind of someone said, kind of, why are you doing this? Why am I on this thing? Why do I show my Jeep? I don't even have, I think you made the comment, it's like, you don't even have 2,000 followers. And my attitude to that is everybody runs their own race. Everybody does their own thing. Like, I'm just doing me. And that goes back to what you're speaking with. Some people are way ahead of me. Some people are way behind me. You know, and nobody gives a crap about your race, honestly.
No.
Nobody cares.
I know.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it, nobody's going to be standing there with you if shit hits the fan.
You're only competing against yourself.
You really are. And honestly, I'm with you. Like, you can scroll through Instagram and be like, oh, look at what they're doing. Look at that, you know. And I agree with you. Content creation is hard. The nearest off-road park I have is an hour and a half away. And yeah, I could go sit my Jeep on dirt roads every darn day and take a picture of it. But
I've fallen victim to the vapid, and and I still do occasionally, but
every once in a while, you're right. Every day is like, you got to be genuine to yourself. It's just, and whatever you're trying to promote it.
But the thing is, with Instagram and everything, I think we need to, like, people that are building Jeep, and what I'm saying, building Jeep with their hands, they need to be the one that are like popular because they're building something. It doesn't make sense to me that because I'm a girl, I'm going to take a pretty picture in front of my Jeep and then I'm going to get more likes. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like the creation of something and like welding and doing everything, like GF, like literally just did everything on his Forerunner, and it's pretty impressive. But then you try to put that on Instagram and it's not Instagram worthy. So it's that's the downside of Instagram. So
it's also discouraging as a creator. Like, and Alyssa, did you have something?
I was gonna say, like, we also touched on this before, saying how like you can hopefully like you can see when people are just posing and sharing products versus people who are truly like using the products and getting dirty and all that stuff. So if I wanted to buy something, I'm not going to ask the one posing with the clean, like the recovery straps. I'm going to go to the other one. So yeah. Yeah.
I think you
have to watch who's posting what.
Mhm.
Like you say, a lot of that shifted in what, '07, '06, I guess '07, when the four door came out, because
Mhm.
Yeah.
it turned into the minivan,
Yeah.
and
Soccer mom.
the entire market changed for Jeep. It was no longer, the guy trying to get out to the wilderness in a two door rig. It was now, oh, I can use this. It
Yeah.
turned into a mom van and a
The
minivan and a
soccer mom
rugged
van and the
minivan,
adventure.
and
Yeah.
yeah, and the market totally changed. And I think
Mhm.
we're seeing the true depths of that right now, and especially going into the e market, which is even more of a push into, I guess,
The
domestic
mass
Jeep.
consumer.
Yeah, domestic kind of mass consuming Jeep products and not the rugged off road world. And they're getting rid of the 392. And I think we're going to see more of, just because really all companies are doing is putting stuff out there to just slap on your Jeep and do the mall crawl thing, because I mean, they see the direction it's going, and
Well, and I don't necessarily care. You keep buying your mall crawling Jeeps. You keep bringing the price. You keep, or at least not bringing. Try to keep the price of the Wrangler down a little bit. But you keep buying them and driving
yeah.
them to the mall so that I can buy them and tear them out.
Yeah.
Tear them out and kill them on the trails. So,
And to go back to what
because that's
Maria said, I think you gotta weed out what you want to find. Like, I go look at people that are actually in the builds, that are
yeah.
actually putting things together, that are discussing, what axle works, what long arm kit works, what suspension works, what tires are working and not working, and a lot of those guys, or folks I end up watching, are King of the Hammer, you know, class guys and 4400 class guys, and because those are guys that actually put it together, tear it apart, put
Yeah.
it together, tear it
Yeah.
apart, and you just, I guess, just have to end up finding what you want to find and what you want to educate yourself with.
I will say this. I think that if the four door was kind of the introduction of this as a problem, I almost feel like the mass push of products after like 2020, 2021 has allowed us to kind of see it. I mean, if I'm being honest, it's real easy for me to see somebody in my feed who is just hawking whatever they got sent free that week, versus the people that are actually using their stuff. And it's the saturation of those companies that send that free gear out almost makes it easy to spot those people who are just doing free spots on Instagram. It's no silver bullet, and it wasn't meant to be a gotcha question, Maria. Just it's one of those things I like to ask because you're in that we're in that air, all of us here, even Ryan, even though Ryan, yeah. But
Even
it
though
doesn't
Ryan,
matter. Like it,
period. Even though Ryan.
no. But no, like the only reason I've got the followers I do is because of a couple of viral posts. It's not, I have a large base to that, but it's still because of a couple of viral posts that you get to that level. It's how it works.
Same thing for me.
So yeah, it'll be there. It'll be a viral post from this someday, Ryan. I swear to God, you'll surpass all of us.
I'll just be half naked, strung out across the hood of my Jeep.
That's gonna work.
It's gonna work. And I endorse this. You know what? The show will buy you the Speedo, Ryan. I will consider that promotional dollars. Yep. All right. I'll get you the 2-piece. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So moving on from that image, Maria, what's going right with social media?
What?
Oh, there you go.
What is going right with social media?
What's going right? Like,
Benefits of
What's good in it? What's good in the Jeep community and social media?
well, I'm gonna say I'm really, really, really lucky because I mean, of course, unfortunately, when you're a woman, in this world, it's gonna come with jealousy. It's just like the thing, which it's got like the really negative things, which we're not gonna talk because we're not talking about negative things. But the love that I'm getting with my page, compared to others that got like a lot of hate of being like maybe fake, I guess. but the love that I'm getting like on my posts or just like messaging or something, I can really feel that people are like loving what I'm doing. And before going to Moab, it's not really something that, not like I didn't see, but then when I went to Moab, and then Alisa was like, I'm gonna come with you guys. And then we had another couple, whether we had like two other people, one coming from Utah and the other one from Colorado, being like, we're gonna come wheel with you. And I was like, okay, I guess that people see that the person that I am like on the social media is the person that and I mean, I don't know Alisa, but I think like the girl that you're seeing on the Instagram page was like the girl that you saw like in person. I'm like literally like the same person. I don't play game. But if I can say something, and I'm really, really transparent with that, I am not like, I have a 2019 Jeep Rubicon, which is really expensive. And I wouldn't have any modification on my Jeep if I didn't have sponsorship. So I don't have like the money to get those things on my Jeep. And like the amount of things that I have on my Jeep, I have like a rooftop tent from Go Overland Canada. This is really expensive. I have tires, wheels, a winch, like name it. Like the Jeep is like fully dressed. And I'm really transparent when I'm saying this. Like this opportunity, my Jeep will be stuck if I didn't have this chance. And when people are like, oh, it's not a chance, I'm like, for me, it's a chance. Because for me, I'm like literally like filming things and I'm like installing things with GF, and then we like struggling. We should like film we should like put the live sometimes when we're like installing parts on the Jeep, because it's like
I think I think it would get more engagement than you think it would get. Yeah, I think it's yep.
It's always like something. But then it is what it is. Like I do get dirty and I do things, and when I need to weld or something, you'll make like show me how to weld it. It's not gonna be pretty, but it's my Jeep, so I guess it's that. I'm gonna say it's that.
That's awesome. And that's, I mean, and I don't think that's anything that anybody should be ashamed of. I'm one of those folks. You know, a large part of my build these days is paid for either indirectly by trails that I've written up, or because it's become self-feeding to some degree at this point. But I wouldn't have what I have on my Jeep as is. I probably wouldn't be able to maintain it for what I do if I didn't have some of the stuff that I get through social media that way too. So yeah, I get it.
We just need to be grateful, like grateful
Yes.
of like having the chance to meet amazing people like Alisa, and just amazing people that I met through my Instagram page. Because in like normal life, I would never have this chance, and I would never have the chance to go to Moab as well. So I guess it's a good thing.
I mean, that's how. Yeah, just next time you're going to Moab, just don't broadcast that you're gonna go to Moab. You just wait till you're either there or until you're on your way out of town. You're like, oh, sorry, I just left.
But that was fun. That was fun meeting people. And Alisa was there for like, you were there like 3 days,
I think so. Yeah, about 3.
3 days. Yeah, exactly.
2 or 3. I think 3. Yeah.
We did like a full day, trail day, but then after that we went like, supper and then breakfast and everything, and
yeah, we had like a half day and then a full day and then a half day.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you guys tried convincing me to switch my flight to fly out of Moab and then come back.
Because she was
her friends were like, just leave your truck here and we'll take care of it, and then just come back when you're done. Like,
just come back and then
I was gonna say, Maria, you didn't stay there for 3 days. I hope you stayed longer than 3 days.
Oh, we were there for 3 weeks.
Oh, geez, good.
Yeah,
a 3-day drive for a 3-day stay and a 3-day drive back is.
Could you? I know some people are doing this, but no, we're there for 3 weeks.
Oh, cool!
Almost.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So, are you done with Moab now? Did you do all of Moab? I feel like 3 weeks is enough to do all of Moab.
No, because the guy, they broke. Pritchett Canyon was that. Was not.
There it is.
And it was when we
always
did
Pritchett Canyon.
Oh yeah, but it was raining. When we did Pritchett Canyon, it was raining.
No, thank you.
Was it raining? Okay, I have a judgment question. Was it raining when you started Pritchett Canyon?
No.
Okay, you're all right. You're in the clear then.
We
Did anybody look at the weather before you went up Pritchett Canyon?
Yes, it wasn't supposed.
Okay.
It was like a almost a flash flood or something. Like
Oh,
it
yeah.
was like, and
It happens.
was like,
Yep.
oh, that was. So yeah, we need to go back to do Pritchett Canyon.
Where did they break on the trail?
So you know it. Okay, so
Oh, cool.
the only one that didn't break was my friend Claude,
Oh, cool.
which is
Oh,
the TJ. But this one, you know, there's like a big two-step
Oh,
that you
cool.
need to like place your wheels
Oh,
the
cool.
right way, and it's like you need to go like this, and then like this, and then like this. Well, this one didn't make it, and the Forerunner, it was like the first obstacle. It was 4-wheel drive, and for the rest of it, it was 2-wheel drive. So he did like major like parts of the Pritchett Canyon on 2-wheel drive. But he has a V8. So I mean he has the power of
Yeah,
just
sure.
like pushing the truck compared to us with this.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say his Forerunner is like a Frankenstein of a Forerunner, though. Like it's
Oh,
it's
he has
legit.
like the
it's not
Max
just a
is-
Forerunner.
No, it's a long arm Forerunner with
It's not just a Forerunner.
For like everyone listening, you need to go look at his build because it's not. She's not just talking about like some Forerunner that was trying to do Pritchett. Like he
No.
really built it really well.
It's a.
Do you know what his Instagram is of?
You say it's a roll cage with
Yes.
body panels on it. Probably. Yeah.
Much, yeah, because the race that he's doing, he needs to keep it like almost stuck looking. So yeah, he for Moab he did cut his roof, so we were like topless, and we were topless in Pritchett Canyon while it was raining. So, why not?
Been there.
But yeah, that was like really an experience. That was well, that was funny, but yeah, it was something.
All right. Well, we're getting long in the tooth for this conversation. So, Marie, what's on your calendar for this year? Are you trying to get back to Moab or?
Not this year, but well, if somebody want to sponsor me. Now we have like so GF with the Foreigner. It took him 4 years to build the Foreigner. So the Foreigner wasn't built to go to Moab. It's like a, I'm gonna say like a kind of like King of the Hammer kind of like enduro races that he's doing. It was
Okay.
way fine for Moab, but it wasn't built for that. He just wanted to try it out. But yes, his first race. Sorry, I got it. His first race gonna be this weekend. So we're gonna be like more in this like area lately, like the racing and everything. See how it's gonna go. Cause I mean, it could easily just broke this weekend. It's gonna be done for the rest of the season. But yeah, so the big next thing that we want to do, and it's not gonna be this year. It's gonna be the Rubicon Trail. The Rubicon Trail is the next. Like, I want to go to the Rubicon Trail before going back to Moab.
That's fair. It's one of those things that's high on my list. I need to get it done. I just need to do it. I need to check it.
It's like, and I learned that this year. It takes like 2 or 3 days to do it. You need to camp there. Like it's a full. So that's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
One day.
What were you saying, Ryan?
No, I mean, I'm with you guys. I'm just agreeing with you. It's definitely
Okay.
a bucket list thing. It's been brought up. It's been brought up several times, and yeah, you're right. It just needs to be done and checked off.
Yeah. I'm probably going to get shamed into it at some sort of a level like this year. I feel like it's just somebody's going to be like, I'm doing the Rubicon Trail in 2 weeks, and be like, fine, I'll be there. So I feel like that's what's going to happen.
Those are the best trips right there.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's got to happen that way, it's got to happen that way. But it's definitely going to have to be not in the middle of summer.
Yeah. No.
All right.
I was just saying, Maria, West Virginia, Tennessee is a lot closer. So just come over the border and come on down to, we're probably 15 to 18 hours from you. So
Yes.
you should
come on.
You got to compare notes though. It might be too similar of a train for you for her to be driving that distance. I'm just saying.
You haven't thought about the people.
Okay. Right. I see. What Ryan is saying is that makes yep. Mm-hmm.
So I was well, it's not confirmed and I don't think it's gonna happen unfortunately, but I was maybe planning going to the Great Smoky Jeep Invasion
Okay.
something that is in Tennessee, I think.
I think it should happen because
Yeah.
we're going over there
Yeah,
for one
There's
day.
like, yeah.
Going
So,
to wheel the other 4 days. So,
but the
Can I
thing
ask a question though?
is, I don't have my Jeep. That's the thing. I'm gonna fly in
boo.
and fly out.
Oh, that's fine.
Well,
You can. I'm sure you can ride with somebody. Can I ask a question though? And I'm going to ask this again and again and again until that event happens. Why August? Why August in Tennessee? Like that just seems
It's dumb.
unusually cruel. Yeah,
It is.
like I'm going to melt if I try to go do that.
it's
The
done.
Steve's on the planning committee for that one.
It's Alyssa's going to start the Great Arizona wheeling adventure that's going to happen in July of every year
Yeah, right.
in Arizona. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't get heat stroke, you win.
Oh, that's perfect.
If you don't
All
believe
right.
Yeah, right.
it, you're doing good.
Yeah.
There you go. If you and your vehicle make it out alive, you win.
You get a cactus to bring home. It's great.
You get a cactus and an IV.
And an IV bag. Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Well, Marie, is there anything else that you would like to share with us before we go tonight?
Well, there's something I wanted to talk, but I think it's gonna be easier for Alisa to talk. Well, to explain the situation because when we were in Moab, and this is something that I'm always saying, and the the fact that like women in the off-roading world, and I don't know about the U.S., but here in Canada and everything, we're like there's not a lot of women. I'm trying to bring a lot of women, but the thing is, when you get somewhere with your Jeep, you're always gonna be like, how can I explain this? Like, you're just not gonna be like at the same level of like a man or something. And it's something that when we were, I don't know if you remember, at least that when we were like in Moab and we were doing, I think we were still in the Ura Pass, and then we were like just parked. And then the boys, they just drove
those
because they were going. Yeah, the boys were going like faster, and they were like throwing like sand
racing each
clouds.
other.
Yeah, so they were like just kids.
They're
They
having
were
the time
big
of their
boys.
life.
So we're just like chilling in the back, and then we're just like enjoying the views and everything. And then I'm gonna let you explain the thing because I'm bad with English, and I know that for a fact the guy was talking to you. So I remember like there's a group of people, and then the guy went to talk to you and asked you if we needed help, if we needed to like, if they wanted us to drive the Jeep or something.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's like a group. They were kind of, I don't want to say older guys, but like, I don't know, kind of older guys. I don't know. They
We're
came
older
up
than
like
us.
all serious.
Are we
And,
talking
yeah,
my level
like,
of gray or more gray, Alyssa? What do we? What's our gray scale here? It was a range, she says. Okay.
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah. It was definitely like dads whose kids are in college or something. Like,
Yeah,
like yeah. And like it's like one thing to ask, like, hey, you guys good? And then if we're like, yeah, we're like, all right, cool. That's fine. But no, he was like, you girls good? We were like, oh yeah, we're fine. We're just like
And we were
looking
like-
at the view because it was a gorgeous view. And they were like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, well, I can't remember. They were like,
Was it
were
more?
you nervous about like
Yeah, it was the attitude. It was very clearly, though, the attitude was very clearly, you guys are in over your heads, right? Like, you
Yeah.
need help.
It was like, oh, but you're not okay.
Mhm.
They were.
Yeah.
You don't have to say that you are okay when you're not okay. Like, we got you. Do you want us to spot you? Sometimes it's kind of scary. Oh, that's right. And then yeah, that's kind of how he started. He was like, look, I
Mhm.
know sometimes this stuff can be scary. And I was like, at this point, like everything we've been to get here was whatever. And he was like, so what you're gonna want to do is, and I was like, here we go. And for 5 minutes, he was like, so you're going for love. You're gonna blah 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 blah.
Mansplaining.
Oh.
Sir.
Oh, we're gonna take it all the way back to 4 low then. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. He wanted us to go 4 low down this not much of a hill.
There is nothing. There is nothing
There
on
was
it.
nothing. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, no, it's okay. And he's like, oh, do you want us to spot you? It was, yeah, it was.
And again,
nice,
I think-
but also
I think-
like,
You got
Totally.
folks like that they're from the Tudor era. They don't understand. They're the two-door.
Wait. The two-door or the Tudor?
No,
Because if you're saying the two-door,
they were no, they were
Two-door is still in the four-door era, but they are truly the two-door
Yeah.
era.
no,
Okay.
not even. They were like in stock foreigners, and they were like a stock FJ Cruiser.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, that's
No,
right.
Get,
They're all
get
stock.
out.
Yeah.
Get out. Go home.
Yeah.
no.
Go
That
home.
yeah. Does that really surprise you though, Ryan? Does that really surprise you?
What? They're in four-wheelers? Yes. Because
Yeah.
yeah,
Shut your
nothing.
Go on.
No.
Go
She
home.
was so nice to them. She was like, "Yeah," but you could see that she was like, "Just go away, okay, thank you." Like, and
Giving
they're
them the benefit of the doubt that they were older men that really had a heart to want to help, and like they were true four-wheelers. But if you're rocking a stock FJ and a four-wheeler, no, go home.
Yeah.
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 You
You
have no-
just went out for the weekend and you yeah. Mm-hmm.
Especially
Yeah.
like a rental Jeep either. Like I had my truck Jeep
Yeah.
up on the Jeep. Like we're clearly
like
No,
both of
you're-
them
you're-
were parked there. Like,
Yeah.
like yeah.
And that's honestly, I mean, I'm not going to defend my gender. I can't. Most of the time, I can't. No, I can't. And because it's getting better, yeah, 100%. And it's getting better, but like and that's part of the reason, again, part of the reason why I enjoy having Alyssa on. I'm really glad that Randy joined and that Lily comes on, Jason when they come on, because I know you guys are out there. I see it in the numbers. I see it in person, and it's been getting bigger and bigger. And all I can tell you is to try to ignore the morons. Feel free to slap people in the face, especially Ryan. And then,
Yeah. No, because I won't say this. If you're in a four-wheeler or in a stock vehicle, do not provide advice to anything that has a lift underneath it. Just stop.
True story.
Okay? Just
Yeah.
quit. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Love you.
This has been a moment with Ryan. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
Bless your heart, as we say down here in the South.
as we said in the part two of it, when we caught up to the boys like maybe 10 minutes later, they
Oh, please tell me this is delicious.
well yeah were they shifting, were they engaging the locker, or did something break on the runner? They were under the runner doing something.
Yeah, no, I don't remember. The runner is always something. I think, yeah,
Yeah.
they would put it like in four. Yeah, there was something underneath.
think
Yeah,
it
they were
was-
working on something.
See, my
Karma
smart
is
ass
swift.
walked up to him
I think
and been like, "Do you need a
Mhm.
10 millimeter? What you really got to do is
Oh.
take this little wrench and put it on the bolt."
Nah.
My smart
Man, I
ass.
think the sweeter moment is just driving by on the trail by yourself and
Well, we saw
them
them.
still working on it.
I'm pretty sure we crossed them after that, and we're just like,
yeah, well that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like so her guys were working on the
Mhm.
Forerunner. When we caught up to them, we were like, "Oh, what are you guys doing? Oh, we'll break for lunch, whatever." And then the group of helpful guys came down the trail.
but they
and caught
never
up.
stopped.
No, the Gladiator or the Jeep or whatever was last stopped and was like, "You guys good?" And the
Yeah,
boys were
but
like,
not-
"Yeah, we're good." And they were like, "All right, right on." And we were like, "Okay."
This is a tale of two conversations. Yes.
Like clearly something's
Mhm.
broken, but it's fine. But no, we're just like taking in the view, but we're too scared to go down the rocks. Like,
And it was nothing. Like, it was seriously, and I mean, Europass, it's beautiful, but it's not like there is nothing like that. You'll be like, it's impressive,
Yeah.
but it's not
I-
like,
yeah.
And all I can
it's
say is,
not
dude, stop that shit.
really-
Yeah. Yeah. Just stop that stuff. There's no point. There's no point. I don't like it. Like, there's no point in saying it to other people in general. Like, it's just, if people are going out there in the trails, just lift each other up. Man, come on.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a good note to end on. So, well, excellent. Marie, thank you very much for joining us. Ryan, you got a smart comment?
No, not yet. That just blows my mind.
Okay, so thank you very much for joining us. Like I said before, you are welcome to join us for a live show or whenever you're free on a Monday night and want to come sit and have a drink with us while we bullshit.
Like,
Awesome.
well, thank you. guys.
I really enjoy doing this. I really enjoy having just kind of other regular Jeepers on just to kind of share individual stories. I feel like we're all stuck in these little circles and they all overlap, and I think we're going to find out better over time how they do.
Yes.
Thanks, guys. You all have a great night.
Maria, it was an absolute pleasure.
Bye.
Yeah, it was so good seeing you.
Bye bye.
I was going to say, as Maria's already catching and killing bugs.
No, there's a lot of mosquito.
She came in swinging, man. Like she was. It was.
I think there's a song about that.
I feel like normally people start doing that at the end of the show, not the beginning of the show. So, but hey, to each their own. We haven't even been drinking tonight. Welcome to the Trailhead. My name is JD, and today we have got, let's see, on our hosting panel, we've got Ryan, who's still recovering from a camping trip in South Carolina.
Hey, my shoulder's finally getting back into size.